Josh, what is the most important shot in tennis?
The serve. It starts every point. It's what you must do well.
What about the return then? That starts every point too.
Oh yeah.
Now, you may know us as your favourite racket reviewers. However, that is not the only string to our bow. We are also very experienced tennis coaches. You will now be getting our best coaching concepts, ideas and theories to help you improve your game whilst selecting the right equipment at the same time. What could be better than that?
So if you're up for that, hit the subscribe button down below and you will get all of our latest content.
Welcome to PH Tennis. Josh and Ben here, and today we're doing some returns.
Yeah, so everybody has got that person they play who's got a big serve and they just struggle to get it back.
Anyone who plays with me.
I was thinking you when you're playing with me. And there's loads of content, right? There's like how to serve bigger, serve like Kyrgios, serve like Isner, all that kind of stuff. But often what gets relegated is the return.
Indeed. So when we're returning fast first serves, what are we trying to do?
Well, so objective is to neutralise the speed and the pace. And obviously, we're not looking necessarily to gain an advantage. And this is often what we see going wrong more than anything else, isn't it? It's players trying to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, the classic ego play. It comes hard, it's going to go back hard.
Yes, and ultimately, all we need to do is just get that first serve back in court, right?
Yeah, I think everyone knows as a server, there's nothing more annoying than nailing a first serve. And it just comes back.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, very frustrating.
On YouTube and other digital sources, there is loads of information about tactical plans based around making first serves, all this serve +1 stuff, right? And ultimately, it's all redundant if
the return's good.
The return's good. So a lot of players will be out there with these masterful tactical plans. Oh, I'm going to serve out wide and my next shot's going to go here and I'm going to follow in behind it. But if you can just make a return that breaks that pattern, you're essentially already ahead of the server. And to break that pattern is just get the ball back in a way that takes away the server's advantage, right?
So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Ben's going to nail some serves. I'm going to handle it and get some returns back.
Yeah.
And we'll explain how we do it on the way.
Okay, so we're going to go through returning some of Ben's very fast first serves. Now, the thing about returning a fast first serve is you need to make a prediction. You need to essentially estimate, based on the evidence you've seen in a warm-up or previous matches or games you've already played, how fast that incoming ball is going to be. Now, once you understand how fast the incoming ball is going to be, you can judge how close or how far back you need to stand. What we see loads of club players doing is always returning from the baseline, but the quality and the speed of serves they're facing changes almost opponent to opponent. Now, I want to return a flat first serve with a flat shot. So ideally like a push, maybe even a block if it's really fast. In order for that to work, I need the incoming ball to also be level. I don't want that ball to be rising and trying to play across it. I don't want it to be falling and trying to play across it. I want to meet that ball as it's level with a nice flat push, so I get a nice heavy contact. And if my timing's a bit wrong because it's quick, I'll still be successful and make the ball. So let's figure out where to stand. So I'm going to start close. Ben's first serve. And I didn't really have much time. That was a very nice serve. Again, running out of time. So if I now come back and have the same sort of returns, still didn't quite work. Let's go back a bit more, have a bit more time. Okay, now I'm comfortable. I can make that solid push. No matter how fast it comes, I can start to neutralise the serve.
That's so good.
So by being that bit further back, suddenly I don't feel rushed as I did at the start, and I can make that simple return. The core message here is to judge where the peak or where the ball will be level for the longest. All right, so if I was playing Isner, I'd probably be way, way back here because his level ball's going to be up here much deeper. Equally, if I wanted to return with a flat push on a slower serve, I'm going to be up here where it's level for longer for me to play it. So I'm always judging and estimating where I need to be based on trying to match the incoming ball's trajectory with my outgoing shot. Okay, so as I said, I'm predicting where that ball's going to be, and I'm choosing my sensation. It's going to be a push or a block, and I'm working out where that trajectory is going to be level so it matches the shot I want to play. So if I don't do that, if I go for too aggressive a shot, if I have a swing, if I try and drive it, even from the right position, let's see what happens. I mean, it felt great, it felt nice. And this is a common mistake we see. You're fighting fire with fire, playing out of ego. He's got a fast serve, I'm going to have an even faster return. Occasionally, you'll just nail it. Too long a swing, out of control, didn't work. If I go back to that push from that same position, under control, I should be able to make a much more consistent return. Back on the baseline. Remember, we're not trying to win the point with this shot. We're just trying to be awkward, make them play another ball. No matter which side it comes, forehand or backhand, a push, no swing, racket on the ball early, make it when it's level, push straight through, make the ball.
That's so good.
We want to make sure we're making the highest amount of returns. So occasionally, if you take that big swing, you might nail it and you might think, oh, that's exactly what I should do. But the issue is percentages, is making that returner consistently have to play extra ball after extra ball. How did you find that down there?
Well,
Tired?
yeah, but exactly as you were saying, it's really easy to get distracted by the one that you do well. So there was a couple I heard you just say, you absolutely leathered it wrong, would have won the point. And it's really easy to get distracted by that. Try it for the whole match, but it's a percentage game, tennis. It's a consistency game. As soon as you went back to those blocks and chips and pushes, you made 95% first serve returns, which is insane, because I was serving quite well, I thought.
Yeah, not bad. So, yeah, in terms of those core takeaways at the start, it is about predicting and planning what you want to do. And if you're returning a fast first serve, you're going to want to be blocking or pushing, because you've got all the strings facing all the ball, all the court. You don't want to be trying to generate any spin and have a very small contact zone. And to do that, you need to make sure you're meeting the ball when it's level.
Yep.
And to do that, you need to adjust how far back and how close you stand based on the speed. When it then came to the actual shot, as we said, you want to keep those strings in line on the ball for longer, so a push that follows it makes the most sense. If you go for that bigger drive and you try and fight fire with fire, yes, if you're in the right position, you might nail some.
Yeah.
But you're also going to miss a lot.
And I think this is where it ultimately depends on your awareness of your situation. I'd like to think I've got a good serve. It definitely felt fast today. So the appropriate response is to block, is to defend, is to just try and get the ball back.
Yeah.
If you've established that the person down the other end of the court has a weak serve, then this is a different conversation. But that was the point of this video, is dealing with fast first serves that create a defensive situation. The biggest takeaway here is balance. Don't do hours and hours and hours and hours of serving and at the cost of not doing any returning. They are as equal as each other. You should practice them evenly.
Yep.
Everything in balance. And maybe one day you'll be in Shangri-La with your serve and return.
So, if you enjoyed this and you can take these tips to your next tennis game, where you're setting to return and the type of return you're playing, predicting, adjusting to make sure you give yourself the best chance of breaking serves and winning more matches.
Sounds good to me.